Welcome to Funny You Should Tell.
The show where 3 panelists avoid the question, and 1 panelist actually answers it. Tonight's episode, the David Dell question. Question number 1. If an attorney tells a court that a matter is not trust-related, but a later trust accounting reflects trust-funded expenditures connected to that same litigation, what questions should beneficiaries be asking? Let's ask our panel. David, you are up first.
Before answering, I'd like to bill everyone in the room for listening. Well, there could be many explanations. We would need additional records, additional timelines, additional context, and perhaps additional context regarding the context.
Thank you, David. Stephen, the question remains. If an attorney tells a court that a matter is not trust-related, but a later trust accounting reflects trust-funded expenditures connected to that same litigation, what questions should beneficiaries be asking? Stephen?
Difficult decisions have to be made. Everyone has responsibilities. Trustees have responsibilities. Attorneys have responsibilities. The real question is whether everyone appreciates how difficult my responsibilities are.
Thank you, Stephen. Barbara, the question remains. If an attorney tells a court that a matter is not trust-related, but a later trust accounting reflects trust-funded expenditures connected to that same litigation, what questions should beneficiaries be asking? Barbara?
I am sick to my stomach and losing sleep. Trying not to fear the worst. I have no money for lawyers is going to be very hard. Stephen told me long ago he will break me and take my house. Tuesday, August 24th, 2021, 9:22 a.m.
Thank you, Barbara. I am concerned by your statement that you had no money for lawyers. According to your husband, you had more than $500,000 in cash in the bank, along with substantial equity in your home. You also gave Flora the same false explanation. Instead of taking responsibility and funding your own litigation, you accepted money from Flora, and it has never been proven that you repaid her. If someone asks an elder for money because they genuinely need it, the matter may be civil. If someone knowingly lies to an elder in order to obtain money, I believe that conduct is more than a civil dispute and should be immediately investigated as potential elder financial abuse. At the end of the show, I will ask Judge Reinhold to evaluate the situation and request a judgment. Well, we've heard from David, we've heard from Stephen, we've heard from Barbara. Now, let's hear from our mystery panelist. The question remains, if an attorney tells a court that a matter is not trust-related, but a later trust accounting reflects trust-funded expenditures connected to that same litigation, what questions should beneficiaries be asking? Mystery panelist?
I would begin with a simple question. If trust funds were ultimately used for the litigation, why was the matter described differently at first? However, I would not ask David Dell or his 2 conspirators any questions because they are not going to answer anyway. The records, supported by sworn court filings and strong evidence, clearly explain the situation. The evidence shows that David Dell misled the judge, resulting in an unfair ruling and the extension of the TRO against Ben. The avenue is wide open for a police and grand jury investigation of David Dell, Barbara Keaton, and Stephen Hasty.
An actual answer. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have our first honest panelist. Now let's hear from beneficiary Vicky and her husband Ben. They've heard all 4 responses. Let's see which answer they believe best address the question. Ben, let's start with you.
Well, David is doubling down on his efforts to keep me quiet by lying to a judge and trying to send me to prison with fraud funded by my wife's trust money. Stephen, he didn't turn out right. A quote by his mother Flora under oath in her TRO hearing against Stephen. Ben, he helps is the quote also by his mother during the hearing. Barbara, she appears to have Tarot's disease and continues to implicate herself. The mystery panelist's answer revealed that David, Barbara, and Stephen are continuing their fraudulent effort to have me imprisoned. I'm going with the mystery panelist.
Thank you, Ben. Vicky, you're a beneficiary of the trust. What stood out to you?
I have to admit I enjoyed Barbara's answer. I still have no idea what it had to do with the requested question, but I enjoyed it, and I expect more. much more. The mystery panelist helped me understand that David Dell used my trust funds against my best interests to pursue a TRO and other filings against my husband and me. Thankfully, the unfounded TRO was dismissed for me. However, because David Dell and his alleged co-conspirators misled the judge, the resulting restrictions and unfair ruling were too much for Ben to overcome, leading to a TRO extension. The mystery panelist was the only person who directly addressed the statement that was asked. I'm going with the mystery panelist.
Host, thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Ben. And thank you to all of our panelists. Some answers raised new questions. Some answers raised new concerns. And some answers raised completely unrelated issues involving casseroles and Thanksgiving dinner. But that's what makes this program possible. It's cliffhanger time. This segment concludes Season 1, Episode 1. Stay tuned for Part 2.